Hey, budget nerds. So this is today's video, take 2, which it was supposed to be a cash stuffing, and I did the whole video, and it was the most awful thing you've ever not watched. So we're just gonna talk for a minute while I catch up on the happenings since I recorded my video. It was terrible. Like, I couldn't count. I could not count to save my life. And I think the problem was because when I got to the bank, I went to a different branch. That's not cash. I went to a different branch, and I asked them if they had any twos, like I always do. And the lady rolled her eyes. She's like, I have like $400 and something. It was really exact worth of twos. I said, well, that's a pretty exact number. It was 536, I think, or something like that. And she said, yeah, somebody came in and deposited $560 worth of twos. I'm like, I bet it was one of us. So I got some twos out of my, I had it all figured out what I was going to get, but then I took one of the 20s and got twos because I can never get the damn twos. And that screwed me up when I got back because I didn't have the 20 to put into something, so I assigned it to something else that I used my card for, this Costco, for camping, and it was a mess. It was a mess. 4-7, Costco. I picked up some snacks, some camping snacks. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this and talk. Anyway, so we'll do I guess this will be a spending record for the day. Because it does involve some envelope work. So $22.79. This is why I don't go to Costco. Why am I doing this in pencil? Because that's the kind of day I'm having, and I'm afraid to use a pen. $22.79 at Costco, and I got 2 damn things. I got these avocado chips, which were actually pretty tasty. And then I got a bag of Duke's sausage links to snack on while I'm camping. Because Mom said, no, don't bring any food. She loves to cook for me now, and I'm okay with it now. When I was a kid, my mom could not. I mean, she could cook a little bit. God, I remember growing up on meatloaf, which I still can't eat today, and tuna casserole, and with the Ruffles potato chips on top, or Cheez-Its, and Swedish meatballs and noodles. And what was the other thing? There was something else. I don't know, some kind of casserole. And whenever she would make rolls, she'd always burn the bread. Just the food was not something you would. It wasn't anything I wanted to learn. And now I'm a cook. But once I moved out of the house and turned 18, or once I moved out of the house, I came home for Thanksgiving one year, and it was the best meal. I said, where have you been? And she said, what do you mean, where have I been? And I'm pointing to the spread at the Thanksgiving table. I'm like, where has this been all my life? What the hell happened? So now, I really don't mind her cooking for me at the vet. So I needed the cat food. Did I put this in my last video? I needed to get Satan some food. And so I got on Chewy, and it was going to be $51.99 for the 7-pound bag of food that she has to get, which is special needs food, and then plus shipping, and then minus $2 for a discount for auto ship. And it was going to be $53 for this damn bag of food. That's usually $45 with tax. Like, the last time I got it, my accent is really heavy today, and I apologize because I hate my accent. I don't know. Last time I got it was $39.99. Why am I saving $50? Yes! You know what that means? We get to do a savings challenge. We get to have the backside of the mullet today. We'll take care of the business up front, and then we can have a party at the end. Or the backside of the mullet. Cool. So it's cheaper. It's cheaper to get this food locally than to have Chewy do it. And it's probably cheaper to get her litter local, but the whole thing was going to the damn... I hate going to the grocery store or going to even like Family Dollar or Walgreens. Well, Walgreens doesn't have the... Walmart doesn't have the small container of litter. I have to get this huge one, and I can't carry it. It's too heavy. So cool, man. Anyway, so I saved $50 for that food, and it was only $40. $39.99 as a matter of fact, though. And I got it a little early, so I don't have to worry about Satan's food for a couple months, because I just pour her a big bowl, and then she eats it when she gets hungry. Cool. Awesome. So $40. $40 goes back to the deposit, and look at that. I can do my mini savings challenges. No, I can't. No, I want to do Chubby Panda, I think. Well, I don't have to worry about that right now. We can think on that. Alright, so what's today? Today's the 7th. Oh, I put $5 in today, so 47 minus 50. We're back to 0. And I'm fully okay with that. And then, where else did I go? I got a big extra, oh no, that's my pay stub. So, I had a worst case scenario. Oh, wait, did I get... No. I wonder why some of my text messages come through on the computer and some of them don't. Well, I went to the vape store and I spent $60 on vape stuff. But I won't have to go back. It was actually, I think, 63. But I'll spot myself that $3 out of my buffer. 20, 40, 60. That goes to the deposit. I'll show you what I got. If y'all want to see what vape supplies look like. That's what I got. Okay. So the deposit is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Just going back into checking. That's good, that's good. Yeah, I like this other branch of my bank. My local branch, it's small. It's really small. And it's older. So, there's another, oh, no, there we go. There's another branch up by where I work that's brand new. And it's bigger. And they've got a self-serve, I saw a self-serve coin machine on the wall. So, I have to remember that when I get done with this penny challenge. Alright, we'll just leave that out. Alright, what else in here? What else did I do? Well, one, I didn't finish writing down. That. It seems like I went to the vet, okay, the vape store, the vet, Costco, and coffee. I gave coffee. She didn't text me my receipt. That little heifer. How much did I think I did 47. I did 47 in coffee because when I was doing the video, I said y'all. And I don't remember why I was all excited and used that word for 7. Coffee. Coffee envelope. 47. Oh, you dumbass. So I had to take $1 out of my... I took $1 out of the envelope I was stuffing at the time. Plus 47. And I've decided... I'm so tired of recording every single damn transaction, so for my wallet, I'm just gonna do... food, envelope, gas, envelope, Graceland, envelope, and Renee. I'm just going to do what I put in it, and then at the end of the month, or at the end of the pay period, I'll deduct what's left, and just keep track of it that way, because, I mean, I now know what I'm spending money on, and then if I see a problem occurring, then I'll start itemizing again. But man, writing down every damn thing, and if it's cash, well, okay, just for cash, because I was keeping track of it in my wallet, and then I was keeping track of it in here, and then doing the no spends and writing it. I was done. All right, so in envelopes today, I did 47 in coffee. I did 75 for food instead of 100. I did 100 in gas because I'll need it. Graceland got 40 instead of 50, and my spending envelope got 40 instead of 50. So that's and that's for 2 weeks. As I finished my story, my paycheck was significantly less than my normal worst case scenario budgeting numbers, and in fact it was $60 less because I forgot to change my 401k down to 1.5% instead of 3%. And until I get a grip on stuff, I really just need to stop it altogether again for a little bit, at least 3 months, and then reevaluate it in July or June or something, because that's no bueno. I need that money. They put $88 towards my 401k at 3%. So I really could have used that $88 today. I really could have used that. So next check. I really need it on my next check. So as soon as this video is done, I'm gonna get online and stop that crap. So yeah, at the end of the two, I get paid again on I get paid again on the 21st. So on the 20th, I'll count out my envelopes, and that'll tell me how much I spent on each category, and that's just the way I'm gonna handle that. And I'm not gonna write down every time I put it in savings challenges. I'm gonna put a month. I'll do a total at the end of the week, or whenever I do my DoorDash. I don't know, but I gotta handle it differently, because that was a lot of ledger work I did last month, and that just sucked all the fun out of everything. Okay, so today I spent. I see these videos all the time. I watch them. I think I watch them, but I might just be listening to them. Costco, and then I put the 47 on my. So I spent $109. Ugh. Today was very reminiscent to before I started budgeting. Today was $109. When I'd get paid and then spend the whole thing. That's Friday. Oh, F. Well, I'm sure I'll spend something tomorrow. So 109 minus 22, 87. Various 87 is 109. And my no spend days are few and far between when I do it y'all's way. Y'all, oh! Alright. Y'all's, Renee? Alright. Just put that there. Which, okay, I think I'm done. Am I done with the business? The one I just scrubbed. I think it was the one I just scrubbed. I took all the money out of my popsicle stick challenge. Because even though that was my favorite, I felt like I had money in too many places. I need to revamp this one. And I'm just going to put I'm going to put some numbers on these envelopes that are like really low numbers. This is $1,000, so I may do it as 500 and use low denominations. but I'm going to have to find a random 500 envelope challenge that already has the numbers, because I don't know how to split up that math and get it right. Or if you have the numbers written out, if you could comment below and let me know and let us figure out how to. Or, you know, my email's down in the description. If you wouldn't mind emailing me that, so I don't have to sit here for 3 days and figure out that nonsense. I have 100 envelopes, and I want to make it a $500 challenge with nothing over $10. And I want to use odd numbers like 1s, 3s, 7s, 4s, 5s, 9s, any numbers 1 through 10. And then maybe a couple bonus freebies. But anyway, so I took the money out of the popsicles and put it in my You Show Is Ugly wallet, my thrift store Segundo wallet. And I had enough that I could fill out all the 5s. And I actually colored them all in, which was really, because I'm so stupid. And then I had to wipe it all off, which is why you see now that they are outlined instead of colored in, because cleaning off all that freaking Sharpie was nonsense. So I filled up all the 5s, and then I wiped it out, and I took all that, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I took 70 of the 75 and moved it over into the 10s. So I have 70 in my 10s, and then came back over and restarted the 5s. So I've got $20 in my 5s. Now when I finish filling out the 5s, I'll wipe this clean, take those, and use that to fill the rest of the 10s, except for 2, 4, 6, 7. I'll be one short. And then when I get that filled out, I'll wipe that clean and move the 10s over to the 20s. And then when that's done, then the challenge is done, unless I take this. No. Once I have all the 20s filled out, then I'll get all the 10s filled out, and then once I get all the 5s done, when everything's done, then that'll be 3, 4, 525. That'll be $525. And then we'll do the dogs, because that's 900. But that's the plan. I'm just going to have one, this savings book, my stripper tips, and my pigs, and my chubby panda. That's enough. Any more, and I don't feel like I'm making any headway anywhere. I want to finish a challenge. I want that joy. Bert, we're done. And I believe we're done here. Ooh, my camping envelope. So stoked. My camping envelope has $140 in it, which is good because my camping spot was $65. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 35, 40. So that will leave me. I'm going to try to pay for my spot. I don't think my parents are going to let me pay them back. But who knows? They may go, yes, thank you. Because they are retired and they are on fixed income, even though they spend money like they're not. But I don't know their money situation. I know that they're handling their money well. I was talking to my dad about it, because they know I struggle. They know I struggle with money, and they blame themselves because they taught me how to spend money. If you see it, you want it, you get it. That's how it works. And that's how I grew up. But I also grew up with the lights were always on. There was always food on the table. The water was always running. But they never kind of really taught me why that was happening, or that could actually be a problem. So once I moved out of the house and came home one day to a dark apartment, it took several times of coming home to a dark apartment for me to finally get it. I mean, I think I was in my 30s the last time it happened. And it really even wasn't that I didn't have the money, because I was making good money back then. It was just a matter of keeping track of stuff and knowing when things were due. And because I'd forget, because I was young, I was working, I was having fun. I didn't want to worry about that kind of stuff. I didn't know how to worry about that kind of stuff. And I wish I did, because I made a lot of money. Anyway, I'm not going to live in regret. I'm going to live in where I am at right now, which is savings challenges. Alright. Well, I may need you. You hang out close. Alright. I think I'm done with you.
$10. Is that really all oh, y'all want to see these twos? Oh, and then I within the ones that they gave me back from the bank, I had a D-Buck in there, which is one of my ongoing challenges. Our D-Bucks. So anytime I go to the bank, I get $1 with a D on it. It's from D versus Debt. And she's not getting this money. This is just a savings challenge for me because she inspires me. So I wanted to, what do you call it? Pay tribute. I wanted to keep her in my mind all the time. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, $14 in D-Bucks. And I think this will last till mid-year, and then I'll restart it. But the 2 will stay in there because I don't get many of those. What I do get are H's. These are all H's that I got today, and are they sequential? I didn't even look. Where does it start? R, H. 04682, 04686, 04685, 684, 683, 682, 681, 680. These are all sequential. This is cool. 679, so 80, 79, 78, 77. Right on. I was pissed that they were all H's and I wasn't going to get any D-Bucks, but now I'm kind of happy because they're all sequential. And I feel like they were just printed. So somebody got gifted, I think, like Black and Blue did. They got batches. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. See, who was I watching? I watched 2 people the other day and they were counting that way. They were right-handed, but they were counting left. Who was that? Cynthia? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 42. So $42 in 2s. And I like these better because I'm not going to break into these. I don't lace this out. I'm not going to break into these. These are going to sit there until I don't know when. Until I don't know when. So now I'm just babbling with you. Now we're just chit-chatting. Alright, so I've decided on those new savings challenges, the ones that were when putting quarters in for when people said in their videos, with that being said, or the sleeve pullers were going to cost me $0.25 each time, and when people say y'all and especially, I've decided instead of doing all those at the same time, I'm going to pick one to do each week of the month. So when it gets to my y'all month, there's one YouTuber, Miss April, budgeting APRYL, budgeting April, who I love and adore. I will not be able to watch her videos that week because she is a lover of y'all. And then I won't be able to watch Without Limits when it's With That Being Said week. And I won't be able to watch Black and Blue on my sleeve puller week. But I think as long as I don't watch Budget Mom on my especially week, then I think it'll be fun. All right, so I'm gonna pull one out of Chubby Panda. April, I love you, and I love your videos, and I have one queued up right now. You wanna see? I was watching it, and then I remembered I needed to record. There you are. There she is. Budgeting April. Y'all go watch her. She's fun. All right, so Chubby Panda. I'm gonna pick one, and hopefully I can afford it. If not, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I don't pull a. Oh, I don't know what any of these slips say. What do I do? Wait, God dang it! Don't do that again, Renee. All right, here. What do I do if I don't have enough for this? What do I do if I don't have enough? Do I have to pull it out of my envelopes to... Alright, well, let's... Like a Band-Aid. Oh, $5. See, all that worry for nothing. I can't wait to unstuff this. Alright. I still owe $1 to my stripper tips. I have a note that says I had 31 left, but I don't know how true that is. So, I'm gonna discard that. There's 40 envelopes. There's 40, we can figure it out right now. There's 40 envelopes. And this is what I've filled. I'm not gonna count how much. I'm just gonna count slips, so we'll do it upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 40 minus 12. Well, that's 38. That can't be right. We're gonna have to. No, I'm not gonna count them on the camera. It doesn't matter. There's like 30 something left though, or 20. Anyway, I'm not anywhere near close. I'm not anywhere near close. Kind of really still want to count though. I don't know, so that's like 28 left, because I don't do math, right? 28. Goodness. Chubby Panda's getting chubby. That makes me happy. Happy. Okay, I can't really roll the pigs with $5, because that's only one roll. So, alright, we'll put it in the mini challenge. Put it in the mini challenge. So, alright, so I want to see more kids' hands. Oh my gosh, who was I watching? I think Saving with Vane, V-A-N-E, has her kid do the savings challenge for her. And it is so cool. And then somebody else had their kid doing their own savings challenges. I like it. Who was it? They had their kid doing the Saveopoly with them, or doing the strike. Oh, I want that savings challenge too. That looks like so much fun. They all look like fun. You know me. Savings challenges all day. Savings challenges all day. Wait, did I? I did, right? 10.25. I guess we should count it. Although 5, 10, 15, 25. Alright, so that's accurate. I guess that's it. What else do I want to talk about? I don't have any other notes on my board. Oh, I know. I need to get a mug. I need to have a mug made. One of my friends. I lived like near a Nazarene church, and I didn't know what Nazarenes were when I first moved to this town. And this is like the mecca for Nazarenes, I guess. I thought they were a cult. And and so I've met a couple, and we do some talking, some chit-chatting, some philosophizing. And one of my friends made it onto the board at his church, which is like, I guess, the headquarters of the local Nazarenes. And so I want to get him a mug with the church logo on the front. He's right-handed, so it'll be on the front. And then on the back, I need to say cult leader. But I don't know where to go. I'd rather pay one of y'all. Oh, that's 2. Damn it. I'd rather pay one of you guys to make it. But I don't know if it would be feasible for one. I don't know. Does anybody watching make mugs that can make it? First one to comment below. And give me a price on a circle 2-color logo on the front. And like this. Who's that in the picture? This color blue. This cobalt blue. And white. A white mug with cobalt blue letters on one side that say cult leader, and then on the other side a cobalt blue circle with the 3 letters of the church in white in the middle. On a mug. And somebody comment below and tell me who in the community does that, or if you do, you can let me know. I guess that's it. Man, I really enjoy you guys. I love watching your videos. And I am watching. Paying attention to some of you. some of you, our personalities do not mesh. But that's okay. Alright, y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching and helping me reinvent Renee.